Okay. Hello, hello. Did we come back from AFK? Did everybody survive? Looks like we're back. All right.
We are so back.
We came back from BRB where I did a full reboot, and I got a smooth as butter 60 frames a second here. Oh yeah, much better. And it went into another ad break. Thank you, Lavos, for defeat. I like how the fish seems to be attached to my lower lip and not my upper lip. Yeah. We're in an ad break because apparently decided to do 2 of them, but hey, it should, hopefully that means it won't do too many in a row. Yeah. Just a quirk, I guess, of where we placed it. I'm just running around loving the fact that I have 60 frames a second. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Kolinga and finish running that new belt of limestone. Also, do we not have music? Audio? Oh, no, music is on. It's just not playing. Okay. Fine. I was able to free myself from the captive grip of bed. Well, self-care if you need to. I think we...
She is quite a convincing mistress.
I mean, have you seen these tits?
I love seeing people draw memes in comics of their bed as a person.
That's
it's
great.
Like, oh no, I couldn't get out of bed.
Yeah, smooth as butter, 60 frames a second. The wonders that a reboot does.
Warm butter or cold butter? Because there's a big difference.
In this case, I would say warm. Because it's nice and fluid. Okay, so what do we got here? I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 constructors, 45 minutes. 9 times 45 is 405. So this guy is only putting out 300. This other guy that I was building putting out 480. So 80 plus 300 is 780. I do not have belts that fast. Yet. That's 17 constructors. I'm going to need to expand the constructor line. That's okay. I can do that. But first things first, I need to commit an Azure Pyrostyle over here.
That's me.
Yeah, apparently you missed some sticks and leaves.
My first method is to just grab them by the handful and keep going.
This looks weird just sort of hanging in here, so I'm actually going to put a little bit of structure underneath it. Also, stream is glitching visually on occasion. Might be due to bed because right eye is bothering me. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. If anybody else in chat is seeing glitchy, let me know where it is. Because it's like, I'm seeing smooth as butter 60 frames a second right now. I could probably even turn it back up to 144 frames a second, but there's not really a good reason to do that. Because the stream only captures at 60.
Personal enjoyment.
I mean, when I'm playing solo, absolutely.
It's a lot more difficult when there's this many raccoons around.
Azure, when you get a moment, I would like you to deforest the area around the coal plant, please.
Hoalinga?
Coalinga. So if you're back at there's a tube right there that leaves the area you're in. If you get in that tube.
Oh, I'm cutting down the trees on the way.
Yeah, I can see. Hop in the tube. Tiggy, he's gonna get arrested by Cat for deforestation without a permit. I mean, Cat's not in this world. You'd have to get Cat in this world. You're just following the tube manually, aren't you?
Well, yeah, there's trees to cut down.
I was sort of meaning the area at the end of the hypertube, but yeah.
Well, I'll do this part for free, don't worry.
Alright. I only comment this because I'm just like, these guys are in my way.
Not for long.
That's why I'm like, I need deforestation right around this area. Also, I need to get the power line from up top. Could you imagine a mod for Satisfactory that's just being able to replace the Pioneer with your own custom model?
Well, they did it for a lethal company. Give it time.
Yeah. Sometime, when you have a little time, we should go and get out Vesic and Jessica over on blue side.
I've slowly been leveling him up.
Well, don't get too far. Veshka's not that high level.
Well, mostly to get a couple of powers.
I don't remember offhand where me and Kat left off, but I do want to get the two of them in game together.
Hell yeah. I think he's only 5 currently.
I want to say Veshka's about... well, 8 at most, but probably somewhere closer to 5, so... There are still way too many trees here.
Working on it.
The reason why is because I need to rebuild this whole concrete line because it's not effective enough.
He's not efficient. You might see some of them start to disappear. I'm so glad I grabbed 400 biofuel when I started because I've almost burnt through the first stack of 200.
I mean, if you run out, just pull some from the void storage.
Just get more.
Yeah. I mean, as long as we keep feeding that production line, it should just keep rebuilding the amount.
Oh yeah.
That's the whole
We
point.
won't run out anytime soon.
Exactly. Walker hasn't even been made yet on blue side. You have to tell me about Walker, I guess. 3, 6. Yeah. So, constructors 3, and I'm just going to build 6 of these. Because that's an even number. Ooh.
Don't worry, Lavos. You've got like 130 characters. We'll never really leave you behind.
Yeah, but not on blue side. Meanwhile, I went and made yet another character on red side.
I mean, worst case, he can always take one of his pre-made characters and just turn them into a hero using the seagull.
That's true.
He'd just have to deal with not having a frenzy power for a week.
I mean, you're not wrong. Ooh, a little bit of room cleared out.
I see a conveyor belt under here that just ends abruptly.
Yeah, it's probably the limestone belt that I just disconnected because it was to... I'm aware.
Also, there's a random section of conveyor belt down here that isn't attached to anything.
Yeah, I think that's the steel beams return belt. It's basically this belt here, chat. I'm pretty sure that's the one you're referring to.
Yup.
There are still trees in my constructors. 5, 6.
Had to stop and get some stuff out of my inventory. One momento.
There. I hear a chainsaw going, so that means you're working on it. The Deforester.
No, heroes don't get frenzy powers? Damn, how lawful good of them.
Yeah. Also, rogues and I forget the fourth one. They all have their own unique
Vigilante.
powers. Vigilantes, yes.
Loyalists.
Loyalists are something else. Loyalists are one of the two factions of Praetorians. They're considered to be villains. They're aligned with the Cole regime on Praetorian Earth. And then you have the Resistance. The Resisti! That's a stupid name.
The Resistance.
Yes, they are considered to be the more heroic, and they are the underground faction aligned against Cole on Praetorian Earth. The Resisti! That's a stupid name. You know, I should, one of these days, I need to drag Cat and Bows over to Praetorian Earth and see what she does with it. The whole, like, align with the Cole regime and be a loyalist, or, you know, be a resistee. I want to see what Cat and Bows does with that. I'm very curious. A project for another day. Yeah, actually, I 100% agree with you there, Lavos. 100% agree. At some point, we all need to go there and hang out on Praetorian Earth. It's like an entire part of the game that I know Kat hasn't seen. I don't know about you, Asher. Haven't
Tried, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, sometime we just need to all go hang out on Praetorian Earth and, you know, go find out why there's a resistance movement against Cole. Okay. I've reconnected that limestone belt now. There's no more trees in my constructors. Very nice. Fuck yeah. Concrete. Literally.
Lavos sent me a picture of what the glitches look like. The bottom half of the screen turns into like a memory leak, but it's only for a couple seconds, he said.
What?
I have not witnessed it yet because I have very much been focused on my war against foliage.
Holy Mother Mary and Joseph. Wow. That's amazing. Yeah, I am not seeing that.
Usually when I see something like that, it's accompanied by a noise that sets off my fight or flight. It usually sounds like a jammed printer trying to create a dial-up modem.
Yeah, I'm looking at the screenshot. It's like, wow. That is bonkers. That's bizarre. I don't know what's causing that. I'm not seeing that. And I would actually be very curious if anybody else in the chat is seeing that. Like, whenever I'm streaming, I have a monitor up that is sitting there just showing the screen, and I'm not seeing that. So I'm very curious if this is a Lavos issue or if everyone's getting it. If everyone's getting it, oh, actually, there could be a number of things wrong. If it's just a Lavos, I don't know what to say about that. That could be connection issue, that could be Twitch. It's worth noting, YouTube did not actually reconnect. I may have to manually send over the VOD after this. I don't know, but I'm gonna restart my browser. Yeah, it could also be having its... Oh yeah, that's because there was actually a disconnect, a shutdown during the AFK, during the BRB. The stream did actually shut down because I did a full system reboot at that point. Because it's like, I way over designed this system. This is my equivalent of building a super rig, and it was chugging. So it's like, if all that's chugging, it's like, oh man, time for a reboot. And sure enough, the reboot seems to have helped everything as far as I can tell. Now, if my math is correct, this will be pushing 780 concrete a minute. And I can't put that on a 480 build, so... I'm gonna break this up a little bit. Actually... Oh god, I used default... Oh man. I'm utterly ashamed. I need to redo this. Wow, what am I thinking? Okay, first of all. I'm gonna break this apart. Because there's 6 of them, instead of dividing them by 3, I can divide them by 2. Get a third belt here. Fun with math.
Ew, get it out of here.
I mean, that and eggnog. That was Toledo, sorry.
You're good. I saw what it was.
Alright. Now, if I run 3 separate belts, break a problem down into its constituent components. And then take the problem and fix each little bit until you've got the whole thing. All right. Now,
I know of eggnog. I don't know of the eggnog.
oh,
I'm sure it's a story.
it's basically a, this is a reference to a, Astaria RP.
Well, my inventory is 100% full. Even the 5 slots for transferring are full, so I'm gonna have to go back and dump this manually.
Well, that's why there's a hypertube to get back quickly. I recommend using it to your advantage. Okay, so that was 300 plus 480, so a total of 780 divided by 45. That's like 18.
If a raccoon had to travel through hypertube, would they do it like foomp, or would they do it like foom, boom, 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 boom?
Probably the latter. By that by 15, that's
It's like a
260.
marshmallow gun on rapid fire.
So actually, no, I didn't need to worry about splitting that out to 3 belts. That was over preparing. It was only about 90 units a minute. I could have done that with a Mark II belt. Whatever. I over prepared. I mean, the goal was to get it over 30 a minute, and I think I did that. If all goes well, these should be now running at 100%.
What does the orange biofuel do for the jetpack versus the green?
The orange is the default. The green lasts longer, but is slower. And fun fact, there are also 3 more additional types of fuel that you can now produce for the jetpack. I just haven't unlocked them yet because this particular playthrough was still only like halfway through the game.
Ooh woo.
It's, I mean, if you look in the upper right, it's still in phase 3. I think you got this far on your save.
Probably.
When you were doing your Update 8 playthrough. You know what I just realized? That's why it wasn't producing concrete as fast as I thought it was.
Why?
I forgot to connect the new belt. I only reconnected the old one. I go and I look at the belts and it's like, oh, one's still disconnected. That would explain many things. All right. In fact, actually, come to think of it, I should not put those together in the same belt. Because this is where the 780 a minute is. So 780 a minute divided by 3 is 260. That should do a better job Hmm.
We had so much grass and wood, I had to make additional containers on top of the original ones.
That's fine. Absolutely
Where
allowed.
else would... What other areas would you like deforest? Did.
So Quartz Gulch on the train line.
Target located. Commencing deforestation with extreme enthusiasm.
Actually divides it up 50-50. Actually, a bit more than is needed. That and that one are extraneous. 480 divided by 45, 10, 11-ish. 9. So... I divvy this up a little more evenly to handle loads properly. Good grief, I've spent so much of this stream now. Oh yeah, planning for the future. Absolutely. 100% Tenso.
Mitha do be good at that.
I am trying to think a little further forward than 10 seconds into the future here. Because, of course, I have some idea what the game is going to throw at me. Like, right now, I know that pipes are going to become a huge sticking point real soon. Particularly if I switch some stuff over from beams to pipes. Then I'm just going to have tons of beams sitting there not doing anything. In fact, I'm deliberately holding off on some of that. Just because pipes are not keeping up and I've got way more beams than I know what to do with. See how it's just the pipes are just not keeping up? Yeah. I'm gonna run like this for a bit and see if that's roughly equal. If not, I can take the outputs and put it, you know, bring them into a splitter and then resplit them so that they're a bit more equilibrium, but all of these foundries should now be running at 100%. Which they are. Takes 50 a minute. This takes 120 a minute. These things are all outputting 45 a minute. 45 times 3 is 135. So this one, we can actually crank it up slightly so that it's using about 135 a minute on the steel. And I'll bring it down to 52. 51. I've rounded out at about 50 a minute. And these guys... Yeah, so this is another 135 a minute, but it's split between two that are both chewing 50 a minute. So we can actually go up a little on these. 67.5 steel a minute. Wait, it can't be that easy, can it?
There's gotta be a better way.
Wow, this recipe uses steel at 1-to-1 to its output. That's wild and wacky for steel.
I guess that recipe is a steal.
Yeah. Yeah. You ain't wrong. Okay. Yeah, that middle one's starting to back up. Okay. I'm thinking I may want to redistribute this, because this was a bad idea. This was a bad idea. I know why I did this, but my reasoning for doing it was in error. Wouldn't be the first time today I did math wrong. It's easy when I have, like, lots of time to plan in advance of the stream of, like, this is what I'm gonna do. It's harder when I'm doing it on the fly, and it's easier for me to make mistakes. Like that. Better.
Planning? Never heard of her.
Then I'm thinking it's just like a pole right there. But yeah, when I have time to plan, then I have all of my math, and I'm less likely to make stupid math mistakes. You know, in a game that is, like, so much about math.
That's my secret cap. I'm always at risk of making stupid math mistakes.
There we go. Redistribute it evenly. Well, I guess I just had extra coal ingots now. Or, coal ingots. Steel ingots. Same difference. Takes 80 concrete a minute. Times. What the hell did I build? 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 3. Yeah, 18. Okay, so 15 times 18 is 270. 270 divided by 3, 90 a minute. It should be providing 90 limestone, or 90 concrete a minute. Minus some change. Notice how the 2 pipe belts are full. Well, the beam one, which should only need 80 a minute, is a little behind. But it's catching up. Alright. I'm gonna go swing by the main base and see if Azure's been clearing the hillside.
Yeah.
Well, that makes it easier. You know, I could probably... This probably means I could straighten out this damn hypertube now. Because it kind of weaves around because I was weaving it between the trees. Now the trees are gone, so I could probably just make a straight beeline with the hypertube.
Can't even make a hypertube straight. Call that pinballing.
You think I can make anything straight?
No. Only at great personal discomfort.
Exactly. Oh, wow. You also managed to clear out some of the trees here at home base. Very good, very good. And yet I look over there and there's still trees. Some, not all.
I was about to say, I was already working in the direction of the hypertube when you were like, hey, I need you to help me with something.
I need you to deforestate.
Me over here like, yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna take this wood and leaves out of the dimensional uploader.
Thank you for calling Lazy Landscaping. What is the ecosystem you would like destroyed today?
Is that a serious question or a joke?
A joke.
Okay. And of course, it's over there chugging away. The good news is, I think we have managed to fill the input buffer. Very nearly. Which is good because I'm about to empty it. Now that the biomass buffer before the BioNuggy logs buffer is fuller, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to take one of my assemblers, gas Nobelisk. Ingredients are Nobelisks and biomass. I love gas Nobelisks because when hatchers spawn bees, you can just toss down a toxic gas Nobelisk on it and it'll kill the bees, allowing you to kill the hatcher with impunity. It can do nothing against you.
Geneva Convention, more like Geneva Suggestion.
Thank you, Chuckles the Clown. I had a power pole over here somewhere. Hot storage blueprint. This is so I can upload toxic Nobelisks to the Dimensional Depot. Now, I need Nobelisks. At one point a few weeks ago, I fell down a rabbit hole watching Chuckles the Clown videos on TikTok.
The animations are so good. I don't know which ones hit me harder, the ones where it's like Chuckles making awful jokes, or the one where it's the wizard puppet. Hey Gideon, if you had to choose between a tall, cool pitcher of Budweiser or suffering from a horrible fate, which would you choose? Well, that's a tough one. I think I'd have to go with the cool pitcher of Budweiser. Oh, thank goodness. I thought you were going to pick the horrible fate. Why would I pick that? I don't know. I guess I'm just a worrier. That's why my friends call me Whiskers.
Why do I have a belt that is supposed to have rotors on it?
Jenny cracked corn, and yeah, I don't care.
Okay, since it's modular frames. This modular frames belt has not been connected to anything this entire time. So it's like, it's only got half the parts. Why is it like this? Yes, Asher got the joke. I did not. This is a reference that went past me.
Well, damn, Meath, I guess your nickname is Jimmy because you didn't care
What?
about the corn.
Yeah, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't know this reference.
Some old song question mark nursery rhyme where it's like Jimmy cracked corn and I don't care. Incredibly old.
Okay.
On a lighter note, Quartz Gulch is looking good.
Hell yeah! I will come and take a look in a minute. I'm trying to figure out why I'm not making any modular frames. I have two recipes. One's the default, which is super slow and really very inefficient. And apparently I have an alt recipe for one that takes... screws. Fine. Fine. I have these belts, these lines full of screws not doing anything. I might as well put them to use, I guess. Fucking screws. Hate screws.
Might as well put them back on the clock.
Yeah! Yeah, I'm back on the clock. How many am I making a minute? Yeah, screws, so 50 times 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. It's 200 a belt. Okay. Alright. That should about do her. Utah's not the South, yeah, but people there talk like they're from the South.
Why would they do that to themselves?
I asked that question every day in my childhood. I've still never determined the answer. Alright, I need to get the belts over here. Oh. What's my throughput rate here? $140 a minute. Which is an annoying number, because 140 a minute times 2 assemblers is 280. Well, if I use a Mark IV belt and then split it evenly, I don't want to do that. Because I might overclock it.
Then don't. Be free from your obligations and compulsions.
Exactly. So what if I crank this up to 250%? That's 350 a minute. Now, that won't work because it's only feeding about 200 screws a minute. So... a little around 140% or so. Yeah. It's going to be like 142.5 or some wackadoodle number like that. Whatever. Grr. Are you tired of living on the ground when you could instead be living at 10,000 miles in the sky? Because I just build the stacks that tall. I feel like I'd be dead from lack of oxygen at that elevation. Yep, probably. There's actually an achievement in this, in 1.0 to, hit the highest, get to the highest point on the map. Which basically involves going directly upwards until you hit the top of the skybox, where you just start taking health damage constantly.
From lack of oxygen?
Yes. Well, also because when you hit the boundaries of the map in this game, you just start taking constant health damage.
Oh, what happens when you go out, like, the side boundaries?
Same thing. Also same with the lower boundary. You go far enough down, you eventually start taking constant health damage. Just go ask Let's Game It Out all about it.
Quartz Gulch is looking clean and trim like a nervous college student before a first date.
Oh, that poor student. I'm guessing we never found any hard drives.
Oh, no.
That was basically the same reaction I had. And that just
I've been focused on literally everything else.
That just seems to be the theme of this particular play session. It's just, yeah, I started off talking about how I wanted to find some more hard drives and then wound up doing everything but that. I ain't mad, I'm just amused.
I feel like once we get the ability to track them from, like, the thingamabob, like we do for the orbs and the S's, I feel like we're just going to start finding a shitload of them.
That requires crystal oscillators, which is one of the things I need to automate on the manufacturers. If you want, I will focus on that next. As soon as I figure out what the Sam hell is going on with my...
Oh, a first date, not the first date.
Oh, is this a reference for something?
Lavos said something. First date in college, sheesh. What did that poor person do with their lives from 15 to 18?
I mean, to be fair, I never did any dating in college until like 17.
My first date was 18.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like,
because I was an unsociable person.
yeah, exactly. I'm an introvert. And then I
Same.
encountered an extrovert. In theater, no less. How absolutely LGBT is that?
Quite queer.
Yeah.
Nice, and oh, there's one more tree.
Honestly, I can't help but wonder if maybe... considering how miserable it was trying to date when I was that age, it's just... I feel like... I was better off when I wasn't bothering with it. Of course, I can't really speak for other people, because other people's situations are different.
I feel like I can relate to you on that one.
I'm mostly referring to Lavos's comment.
Ah.
But, yeah, I hear you. Alright, so you can do...
Lavos, if it makes you feel better, you're not missing a whole lot.
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. Okay, let's just do like 7 a minute. Because the screw lines are feeding 200 a minute. Now, that's gonna mean I need about 20 rivers a minute. How many are we producing? Well, not that. But also they're overloaded right now. Maybe wait and see what happens when it drains. Right. I was gonna go get a Noblest belt. Boy, I'm distractible.
Very.
I sit here and look in the distance beyond the edge of... Did you finish in Quartz Gulch?
Maybe.
Let me know when you get back. Come back to
Where?
base. I'm gonna throw you at another area.
Yes.
Excellent.
It might take you a moment to recognize Quartz Gulch.
I believe you. Okay, yeah. Right there. I need... Eh. Yes, this should be the bad boy that's making the noblest right here. Oh. Do we want to deal with the giant arrow stack? Or do we want to make a new one that's close to the ground? I'll do one close to the ground, I think. Because this is kind of stupid. We are now at past 4 o'clock. Normally I would say 4 o'clock would be our stop time, but our 4 o'clock thing that we normally do it's actually a 5 o'clock thing. But also I don't think it's happening. At least that's what, you know, Silver and Cat would seem to indicate.
Oh no.
Oh no?
I live!
Somewhat alarmed!
I got up really high and spotted the summer slurp I was looking for near radiation and was about to turn around, and a giant spider landed on me. And I almost ran out of fuel. Well, for that jump.
Spoodler.
Slug. Whenever I'm pushed to talking and it suddenly ends very abruptly, just assume that I'm having an argument with some wildlife.
That is generally what I assume, yes. I'm not even sure why you're on push to talk. It's not required here in this server, but I also sort of understand if...
Oh, headphones make my ears and head uncomfortable.
Gotcha. Like I was saying, it's like I understand if you've got sort of a reason for it. I respect this. Okay.
I feel ugh about things touching my face.
Set apply to glasses.
The glasses I tolerate most of the time.
Sits back to go and look at chat for a bit.
Oh yeah, where'd you want me to go next?
Oh! Did you make it back to camp?
Yes.
Alright. Meet me at the space elevator. Okay. So I was gonna say, just sort of point you in this direction. It's just like everything between here and the cliffs. Which, I'll be 100% honest with you, I have been way too lazy to do myself. I've been too focused on building factories and not enough on clearing the brush.
I mean, I also feel like I would have gotten you at least one hard drive if I hadn't been so enthusiastically destroying the greenery.
Normally I would be 100% in favor of saving the greenery, but my give a shits on this playthrough have sort of gone out the window. Mostly because of the lack of mods. I'm just like, whatever.
It's more fun with a super chainsaw, isn't it?
It is. It really is. You should behold the field where I grow my fox, for it is barren. I mean, yeah, pretty much. You wanted me to work on this one. It's like I work on all of these, and I probably should work on all of these, but focus on one thing at a time, because that's how I deal with not getting overwhelmed by things. Well, that reminds me. How many Mercer spheres have we collected? 9.
At least one.
We have 9.
Look at all those chickens. How many do you think there are? 2.
Dimensional upload speed increased. All of the kinetic and thermal energy released during matter conversion has now been repurposed to aid with dimensional shifting, allowing several parts to pass through, for free.
The window is beautiful. Have you tried making the door?
I assure you that would be a most unhealthy action for the pioneer to take.
Laughing at Lavos.
2 chickens? Dang, that's a lot. I have to admit, I'm actually just relaxed right now.
Just vibing.
Yeah, just vibing, and that's kind of what I was going for, you know? This is... Satisfactory is normally supposed to be like a relaxa game for me. It's just, I sit down, I chill, I build factory. And, you know, it gets a little stressful when it's like I'm trying to be entertaining and it's like I'm not getting a whole lot of feedback from chat, but it's like Lavos is talking, I have you to talk to. That helps, you know?
Lavos, I want you to know that video you sent in the homecoming group chat. My girlfriend has that song on her driving playlist. It's not her driving you should be scared of.
As you're over here like, it's my driving you should fear. Rip and tear until it is done.
My girlfriend's driving. We're here. My driving. But did you die?
Did you get a ticket?
No, never. I have two friends from Ohio who are like concerned about the way I drive, but I've never even been pulled over by a cop, so I don't feel the need to change anything yet.
Alright, blueprints, part storage. Brr, 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 brr. Now, what are the parts? I'm using this recipe, so... Quartz crystal, rubber, AI limiter. Okay. Do I have one of these? That is rubber. No. No, I do not. I like how I've got pipes. I have pipes. Steel pipes. I think all of that work on the steel plant has really paid off. Ruba. I need the Ruba. How high off the ground is that? 8 poles. 7, 8. 7, 8. 7, 8. I cast gun. Prepare to meet God. Speaking of which,
The most powerful spell of all.
don't let him be a squid napper. Yeah, I think if I've noticed one thing about changes in my playstyle, it's like without the super chainsaw, I'm just sort of got lazy. It's just I don't feel like removing brush because that feels too much like work. Because the radius on the
Understandable.
base chainsaw is so small.
I just greatly enjoy the whole thing about being able to hold down E and just pick up whatever I want.
Quartz crystal, AI limiter. Both of those are way down on that end. So here's the AI limiters. Okay, I got distracted.
I mean, look, Lavos isn't wrong.
No, Lavos isn't wrong. Feels like work as she builds an entire complicated factories and rebuilds sections 100 times.
Look, we've got completely different forms of autism. Mita has engineer autism. I have lawnmower and vacuum autism.
And how exactly does lawnmower and vacuum autism work? I'm legit curious.
Have you looked at the landscape lately?
I mean, I got that, but it's like...
There you go.
Alright.
I like to make things nice and mostly level and trim and tidied up.
I think there's a certain amount of, like, my autism is a bit on the, make thing work, make serotonin go burr.
Fair, fair.
Fortunately, I put a big ramp in there now. I can't believe that's level.
I didn't get the specific reference of the not bad for a human.
Is this like a Portal 2 reference? Ah. I don't think I saw that one. I saw the original Alien, and then I saw Aliens 3. I didn't think I watched the middle one. Yeah, but there was one line from 3 that I really enjoyed. And that was the line from the prisoner who was just singing about, you know, it's 500 centuries in the future and Jesus still ain't come back yet. And he was singing a song about it. And it's like, okay, yeah, that's funny. Okay, that's the AI limiters. So we've got the rubber and the AI limiters. Last thing we need is the quartz crystal. I made a mistake. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Better. Now, I know one of these bad boys over here has quartz crystal in it. It's this pin here. Yep. So now the $50,000 question is, how do I get this back over there? With a big pool of water in the way.
Well, the stupid answer would be manually.
Well, it's going to be manual no matter what way you do it. But, well...
Oh, I mean, like carrying all the stuff in your inventory.
Yeah, that would be stupid. I have conveyor belts. But yeah, that one line, that one guy singing that song right before he gets eaten by the alien, it's just... It's like, no, this is the one thing about Alien 3 that I really enjoyed. The rest of the movie was kind of forgettable, though. It seemed like it was Sigourney Weaver's attempt to, like, get completely written out of the franchise by killing her character off.
When you hate the homebrew campaign so much that you're just trying to get your character out of it.
To be fair, that Friday D&D game that we just played, I tried to write my character out. I tried.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry.
Everybody was like, no, we just want you to stay. And it's just like, God damn it. And it's not even that it was a bad game. Like, Aaron's game is pretty decent, honestly.
It's just slow paced.
It's just really slow paced. And also I'm getting kind of burned out on D&D itself. Because it feels like every time I manage to, like, break free or like have a D&D game, and naturally another one rises to take its place. And
Like a Hydra.
kind of, yeah. And it's, see, here's the thing. The reason why I played that Friday D&D game is because the DM asked me to be a part of it. And I even tried to get out of it, and you saw how well that went.
I saw average bi-weekly text-based D&D session progress. You make it down a hall, you find a thing, session over, we'll pick it up in 2 weeks.
Yep, pretty much. This is also somewhat the problem with just text-based. I understand how there are some people who really like playing tabletop games text-based. The problems, however, with that particular style of TTRPG playing are immediately apparent. People lose focus, they get distracted and wander away. And then it's just like, hey, we've been waiting on you for half an hour. Huh? Why are you waiting on me? Because your character was doing this. Oh, I forgot about that 6 weeks ago. Hi, Lily has just been waiting. Understood, Lavos. And then this actually was not a criticism of Lily's game either. It's just sort of a criticism of like D&D in general, particularly text-based games. And really, I'm not even trying to like criticize the particular DM in question. I don't really even think that DM is doing anything particularly wrong. Which is why I was perfectly happy to have that character go out on a high note, where she just basically, like, is dating her girlfriend and rides off into the sunset. I was perfectly happy with that.
Quote unquote retires with a cute girl.
Yeah, retires with this cute drow girl, who happens to be a paladin of Ilustray, which is just like, well, this was a match made in, well, you know,
This was a match made under the new moon.
yeah, exactly. But, well, people wanted to keep her in. And I appreciate that it's like a lot of it was people just liking me being present, and I'm like, well, I appreciate that on an emotional level. But I was trying to bow out.
When you're trying to be polite about it, but your friends are just too nice by default.
Yeah, pretty much. So how am I gonna get this down there? I might have to redirect some of those catwalks out of the way. I mean, right now, Lavos, I've been really trying to get Cat and Bows to sit down for a little while so I can just, like, show her episodes of Gargoyles.
That's a good one.
Because she's never seen it. And it's just like, I'm sorry, but it's like,
It's practically mandatory for queer watching.
Yes, exactly. Even though it's like there's not anything like explicitly queer about it, it touches on a lot of those themes, you know? Because it's reframing the whole like queer theme in this dichotomy of like the humans versus the gargoyles. Looks like I already answered this question. Black cats. To be fair, my whole thing about having a cat watch gargoyles had nothing to do with you, so it's like fairness is not in the equation here. And once again, dealing with conveyor belts at 10,000 feet in elevation.
All right, shit. I found a good meme. I can't not share it. You know that meme format where it's like one person showing off this building to another person and someone walks out drunk and says something outrageous that scares them away? I found a D&D version of it.
I'm guessing from what you just said, Lavos, that that this means that Sunday's D&D is probably off. Which seems to be the theme lately. That's gonna block a lot of stuff on that stack if I do that, so let's not do that.
For a moment, I was about to apologize and be like, oh, sorry, I've been throwing together references because the person that Phoenix recommended to me for drawing art doodles responded back to me, and then I realized, ah, shit, I still need to make a reference to give to Silver to make me a stream layout.
To be fair, I think the boy's been a bit busy lately, so I don't know when he could get to it, but he has reopened his commissions.
True. I'm not in a rush. I just need to remember to actually make the damn reference so I can show it to him.
Fair.
His creativity inspires me.
Hayami. A wild Hayami has appeared.
Oh, I think Lavos is just picking out Void Phoenix's name, question mark? Yes, I'm still tying account names to names.
Gotcha. Something I should do while I'm thinking about it. I don't think I ever void storage that. Have you found any more Mercer spheres out there?
Not yet. I've been tidying.
Okay, cool. But there's one in the... right, okay, yeah.
There's a Mercer sphere and a Summer Sloop close-ish to the hub, just north of it, but they're both heavily surrounded by radiation.
Yeah, I've been avoiding the radioactive areas because we don't have protection. I've been actively wanting to get protection set up for gaseous areas, though. So hopefully once I get that done, that opens up some options.
Once you get that finished, I'll carry some bombs around with me and just blow up every gas pillar I find.
There are plenty of bombs. Just, you know, get yourself a Modless detonator and they're all in void storage. In fact, we should now have a new contender in void storage for Nobelisks. Down at the very bottom of the list, you will find new guest star gas Nobelisk. If there's a hatcher, throw it.
Oh, right. And that was when I did the Chuckles impression about war crimes.
Yes. Yes. That said, I should probably get you a breath mask and some filters before you do that, because it's literally throwing poison gas. Why did I do that?
Now all I can think of is the drill tweet where it's like, later losers, revs up my motorcycle and creates a giant cloud of smoke, and when it clears, I'm laying dead on the ground.
The question is, do I have enough materials to... I have 91. Almost there. So the thing I'm currently working on is unlocking hard drive scanning. And
Hell yeah.
to be fair, I'm almost there. And I'm about to, like, invoke the Star Wars reference. Almost there! We're too close. Loosen up. Almost there! You know, I was going to ask you something about that, Lavos. Is there anyone in that group that is, like, she, her, like, are you, like, the only one that's with he, him pronouns, everybody she, her, or is there, like, a range? I need a list of everybody's pronouns. Preferably on Discord where I can reference it. Because I know...
I've got like 50-something raccoons. Just pretend it's a gotcha machine and pick anything.
I need to build an object scanner. Build an object scanner. Fork. Now.
Yes.
Hmm?
Responding to Lavos' silly thing.
So fluffy slash tail. Yes.
I still think the funniest fucking pronoun joke I've ever seen was the unsheathes my katana.
I just needed to build one more crystal oscillator. There. Quartz. Hard drive scanning. I need more motors.
Oh, there's 19 of them in the chest.
I've
next
already
to...
taken them.
Ah,
I'm gonna pull some from void storage.
I was about to say, then never mind. There are no free motors.
This is why we have void storage. Start research! Okay, hard drive scanning is now unlocked.
Object scanner magnetic sensitivity increased. It can now detect the signal of any hard drives at crash sites in your region.
Ada, why are there so many crash sites?
You're not allowed to ask that by contractual obligation. Yes, Ada, that's why I'm going to ask that question more. Your contract
Also,
is not
Lavos
valid
here.
on this planet. I still want
Lavos, I do love that, and we're gonna have to find someone to doodle it, because that's stupid and hilarious.
Yeah. Alright, what should I work on next here? I should probably get gas mask filters working. To do that, I'm gonna need some more Mercer Spheres, though.
I'll see what I can find, because I'm done cleaning up the cliffs right now.
Sounds good. Look around for some Mercer Spheres. I need 2.
New side quest, locate orbs for pondering,
Under some more orbs.
besides cats.
Which cat? Catherine or Katarina? You'll get different results depending on which...
Katarina.
She has 2 and they're at chest height.
Oh, I know. Something ain't right here.
Can you imagine being attacked by a bunch of raccoons in the forest?
Hey, Mitha, I have a question.
Yeah.
The dimensional uploaders, are they supposed to go into a box or come out of a box? Like, input or output slot is what they're supposed to be connected to.
Dimensional uploader building is an input only. It takes
'Cause
stuff from a box into the dimensional space. Am I explaining this well?
So stuff comes out of the dimensional thing and goes into a box, correct?
No, other way.
Interesting. Never mind then.
Basically, it is intended to be something where you can instantly take stuff out of the void storage and put it in your inventory, or
So how do you teleport stuff to the dimensional storage from your inventory?
open up your inventory, and it's that last line of 5 slots on the lower left.
Oh, but no, like when the space runs out.
Mm-hmm.
How do we make more space? Do we just make another dimensional thing?
You can't put the same part in there multiple times. If you have more than will fit in the depot, bring it back and put it in one of the bins by the hub, and I will distribute it. Here's the thing. I have a blueprint that for every part in the factory, there's a big industrial bin, there's a dimensional uploader, and a small bin on top. The big industrial bin is where parts just get held after they're made, and there's an output that uploads it to the dimensional uploader. However, there's a third bin on top, the smaller bin on the top. That is extra space. The output just goes back to the big bin and has nothing in the input. That is the extra space that you can drop stuff in. So, like, if you're looking at stream right now, this is the silica bin. I just used my blueprint on the silica bin. There's a big industrial bin on the bottom. There's a dimensional uploader that is uploading, and then there's a tiny bin on the top. This is the Pioneer reinsertion bin. And the idea is I've got just a fuckload of silica here, and I'm going to drop it in the top bin, and it's not going to fit because I have more than fits.
Gotcha.
So I am going to rebuild the bin on the top. Bigger, better, more powerful. Because apparently I had too much silica. Monk. There, now it all fits. So the reason why I suggest just dropping it at the bins at the hub is because I'm pretty sure you have no idea where these little stacks are for the different parts in the factory. But I know. I can go through, like, figure out where this goes. So if there's no room in the dimensional depot, just drop it there and I'll put it in there. Because I know where it all goes.
I am currently in the midst of trying to add some more storage to the biofuel because that whole line is stuck and full.
Well, if you give me a minute, I'll be right over there. I just need to finish this. Oh, I can't. I don't have any Mercer spheres.
Well, I was gonna go get some, but then I had to dump my inventory of grass and sticks, and I could not.
I'll be right over there. Give me a second.
So I started trying to think.
That must have hurt.
You have no idea.
I'll be right there to help. I still have a lizard doggo stuck on a rock.
I had an idea. I was so close. I was almost there.
What are you doing?
Thinking, Neitha.
That must hurt.
I'm trying.
Okay, so what are you trying to accomplish here?
I am trying to add an extra storage thing in between these 2 points.
Okay, that's the refinery. So there's just one problem here.
Only one?
Okay, that's the biomass. That's the nuggies. What's this one's? This one's supposed to be the fuel. What the? What's going on here? So what's... Oh, I see what this is. This is the, okay. Okay, hang on. Hang on a second. Azure? Dearheart?
Yes.
Can you stop for a second, please?
Yes, what's up?
I think you are overcomplicating this.
Probably.
A system already exists for this? Okay. So here on this stack that had been on the top, I'm gonna deconstruct it. And I'm gonna, so first of all, put a really big storage bin up there. That gives us a big reinsertion bin. So if you just have a whole bunch of nuggies and you want to put them in there, great. Now, you were just trying to add additional storage to this box because this box is full, right?
Yeah, like the whole line is stopped. Like it won't process grass or logs or anything.
Gotcha. Because we have overloaded it. And so the idea here was you were just going to add a new, like, silo here.
Yeah, like a new trio of them or something.
So if we reverse each one, that makes this really easy in what I call a silo. Yeah, there you go. You got the idea.
Yeah, I was trying to set up something like this without deleting too much of the framework you had already put up and just not braining.
Gotcha, okay. And the idea with this is you can... Hang on, hun. Because we still need to reconnect this belt. If you want to add more bins, put them on the top. In fact, I'm actually going to add one more.
Oh, I was about to say, I was going to build a second tower of it right next to it and have it go down in the opposite direction so that we could do another zigzag.
Ah, okay. Gotcha. Sorry, I didn't understand what you were trying to do.
Oh, you're good. This one would go straight across to one next to it, and then it would go down to one on this height, and then down to this one, and then straight into the belt.
I would do it a little differently. Here. Okay, yeah, that connects two outputs together.
I was about to say, yeah, I was only going to do 3, and then I don't think we have room for a 5th.
So there needs to be an input.
I mean, we could put a 4th one at the top if we just make it 2 singles. Space-wise, I mean.
Well, the problem is it needs to be in an odd number. And that has to that's because of the direction the various like inputs and outputs are facing.
Oh, right, but I mean, if we do a couple of single ones for the top, then we'd be able to flip it around in time.
So you're thinking something like
2 more of these up here.
hang on. Hey, nudge mode. Unlock the hologram so I can move it, please. Thank you. So, the idea that I'm getting from this is like...
If we can fit a 4th double, that means we can fit 2 solos at the top.
The problem is double. The word double, that's the problem. They need to be in odd numbers.
Right, unless...
So I need like a 3. So I'm spacing them out a little bit, because we do have a little bit of space to work with here. So if I take this output and go to here, that screws everything up. That screws
This method?
Yeah, that screws me up. Because now the output is facing the wrong direction.
No, it's not.
Oh, you're using little singles. I see what you're doing. Okay, I see.
You're good. My description was poor.
Yeah, the description kind of confused me. Okay, so you're doing that, and then... So essentially you're making 5, but you're doing it with 2 littles.
Yeah.
Okay, so at that point it's still an odd number.
And then, yeah, we could have that one go straight across. Let me throw some up there real quick.
Hang on. I've got a different idea for how I'm trying to do this. It's just not connecting. Hang on. Because I keep getting the height wrong. This needs to be like that-ish. No, I'm still getting the height wrong. So what you were suggesting was just going in the top and going down? Sort of like that? Hello?
No, we could put 2 more solos up on top of this one, and then just have it be straight across.
Ah, okay. So you're thinking like that?
Yep.
Okay, I'm following you now.
Now this is what I call pod racing.
Alright, and we need to reconnect to here.
I would recommend putting it out of the top one, so there's no ramp. Hell yeah.
Alright, and which means we don't need
We
this.
are big brainers.
I mean, this is what happens when you have 2 people thinking together, and once we actually start communicating effectively. Alright.
See, that's the problem. The communication part is like, I'm over here like, Meetha, I have idea, buh.
Yeah, like, once I understand where you're going with this... Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I feel like Chicken Little at the beginning of the movie trying to explain that the sky is falling and just going, the acorn blah blah blah. That's how I feel communicating.
This is a very autism thing, I think.
Extremely.
I mean, it's an absolute clusterfuck. It's an absolute clusterfuck, but it's also, we're trying to store just thousands and thousands of these things.
I mean, I love this storage method. Just stack the crates higher and make them go zigzag.
My goal here is I absolutely should never have to be in need of liquid biofuel again. I should never need. I still need a couple of Mercer spheres. By the way, go out there and play with the hard drive scanner.
Oh, right. That's what I was working on, trying to empty my inventory before I forgot literally everything about my life.
Oh, that's a mood. That's a
I had to
hell of
break
a
out
mood.
a completely different brain.
The actually building a factory brain.
Yeah, that one. It's been a while. Where did we put the thing that go boom?
Okay. Hit tab. Go to the left. There's a search bar. Type Nobelisk.
I've already scrolled down to.
Okay. I would take the regular Nobelisks because you don't really have protection from the other two yet.
Correct.
So and like take all of the regular Nobelisks you want.
I'm gonna go back to the hub and make me the ADHD stick that go boom real good.
I will work on getting the manufacturer that makes the mask filters work.
Do bombs and the detonator have to be on separate tabs of the hand slots?
No. The bombs do not go in your hand. Only the detonator goes in your hand.
Oh, right. Meetha, it must be so amazing just being able to remember things. What's it like?
You do know that I have trouble remembering what I did yesterday or what I had for dinner? Remember things? Whomst?
Yes, I can relate to that.
Remembering stuff is hard.
Well, yeah.
I remember what I was working on now.
Cylinder go boom. Mercer spheres, right? That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, I need a couple of them. And hard drives. Need hard drives.
I wonder if there is an option to disable certain things that the object scanner can find so you don't have to cycle through like berries and nuts and shit. I'm
not aware of an option like that. Though I understand the desire for one.
Man, that would make a great mod. Hint, hint.
It'd be a great mod. If only mods worked on this mod playthrough.
Soon.
Hashtag. Right. Me trying to stay on task here.
Me failing to stay on task here.
Is this the correct belt? No. This is the correct belt, actually.
How does that line go? Do or do not. There is no... Oh, a butterfly. Every time I see a bird, my immediate reaction is just to go, bird? Bird.
Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. Only sung by Peter
Hard
Griffin.
drive.
Mm-hmm.
Or not?
Yes.
Mitha, the hard drive scanner brought me to an empty drop pod.
Okay, so after 1.0 dropped, hard drive scanning, I would walk up to a drop pod that I hadn't touched, hadn't taken the drive out of. I would scan it, and it would sit there and say there's nothing there. Everybody complained this was a bug, and so it's like they fixed it.
It looks like they fixed it too good.
They fixed it the wrong way. Now it's like, this one's empty. Ping, ping, ping. There's a drive here. No, there's not.
This box contains a hardened drive, as in, it's not fucking there.
Oh, coffee stain.
I'm never gonna get tired of that joke of adding NT onto words. Well, the good news is it doesn't seem to detect every empty drop pod, just
A
this
few.
one and that one.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
That's a pit. I'm alright. I am alive. I did not fall to my untimely demise. I think I will cease bunny hopping for now.
Notices new dismantled crates. Okay, coal is over there. Fabric is actually... So I just need iron plates over here.
Fair point, Lavos.
Okay, one of these should have coal in it. Ah. Coal belt. Already exists and goes by the area where I need it. That's good. there. So it's the one right underneath the turning belt right there. Okay. Burb.
I forgot how fun this game was.
It is a very fun game. Cat was even playing it at one point. I was on a playthrough from Cat very recently. She was asking for some help with a build that she was working on. I helped her with it, and she's like, I asked how she felt about it, and she's like, I sort of feel like Professor went and did everything for me, and I'm like, okay, if I'm Professor, can I assign homework? So my homework to her was...
She'd be into that.
Yeah, exactly. I gave her a challenge. It's like, here's a Mark I blueprinter. Fit a blueprint on here to evenly distribute and produce things from 4 assemblers. Floating is allowed, clipping is allowed. She did it. And I did not help at all. So I was just like, yes. And then she went on and was doing like 8 or 16 or 12 smelters in a single Mark I blueprint, and I'm just like, God, I've created a monster. Did I not put punch downs for that?
Gotta be a cave entrance somewhere. I have detected another orb, but I do not see it.
Problem with building this is that it's not just one manufacturer. It's a manufacturer plus a refinery.
There it is. Also, I sent you a orb and a few more slugs.
Yeah, I'm kind of just collecting the slugs in void storage for now until I can unlock the thing with summer sloops where I can double the output of constructors. And then I'm going to throw them into the constructors and watch them get duplicated.
Behold, a second orb.
Hell yeah! Okay. Check my alignment.
We're having some peculiar behavior with the bombs.
Oh?
I charged one up to throw, and it just stood in the air, rotating slowly.
Oh no. That usually means lag.
I watched it for a few seconds, and it didn't go anywhere. It's just frozen in the air, minus the rotating.
dear. Did it ever actually go?
Well, it detonated just where it got stuck.
Ah. Alright. This... Alright. Now, 2 more bits and bobs.
Bits, bobs, and thingamahogs.
And now one of the glorious things about this this start location, is the fact that, oh hey, I need water for something. Deconstructs the floor. Hey, there's water here.
I found like 6 or 7 blue slugs in this cave with the Mercer sphere.
That doesn't surprise me. I think I remember a cave like that, it was just fucking loaded with blue slugs. Have I made an error? Kind of. Please stop clipping through everything.
Ooh, gold slug.
Now the problem is I need power. Where am I gonna find power in a place like this?
I love blowing these things up.
What you blowing up?
Gas pillars.
Ah, very good. This is deemed acceptable. Okay, there. Now I have power. Yeah, I just sunk it into the floor. That just tells you how I give no fucks at this point. Now I remember why I did that. Alright, Let me get you to do... Yes, that! That's what I was trying to get you to do. So I can install a pump on the floor. Now the question is, do I need additional pump? I think that's enough. Well, there's cloth in there now, so I think that's working. Green light, that's a good sign. Okay. Azure, you will now find in the Dimensional Depot, down at the very bottom of the list, there is now a new little button. For gas filter masks.
Hell yeah.
You may need to actually make the mask itself first. But now that, wait a second. Did I overthink myself? Yes, I did. I'm just like, I'm going to save a Mercer Sphere and not upload the actual cloth to the cloud. Joke's on you! The mask itself takes cloth! Ugh. Fine!
I found a SAM node.
Put a marker on it. If there's not one already.
Yep, soon as I deal with the Mr. Hoppy.
Hoppy? The giant spider?
See?
Gotcha. Mr. Hoppy, the giant spider. Okay. So... I thought I was going to be smart and save a Mercer Sphere.
Haha, dumbass.
Yeah, I know.
No, not you. I'm so sorry, Meetha. That was not directed at you.
But also it applied!
No, you're fine. I was throwing bombs at the poisonous flowers, trying to get rid of them so I could strafe around this thing, and he kept jumping towards him, and he died from 2 bombs. So pretty.
I'm gonna put the cloth there. Okay.
I have placed a marker.
Oh, you're down in that cave. Under
Yeah.
Stone Arch. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a
I was-
salmon node down there.
Yeah, I was chasing summer sloops and Mercer spheres.
Yeah. I'm still short. Because I thought I was going to be smart and not need some. No, no, no. Not as smart as I thought.
I don't like how quick that thing stood up.
Let go of me and let me actually walk places, please. Thank you. There is a dismantle crate here somewhere. Right there. I see it. Crystal oscillators. Good grief. There was more silica? Oh, jeez. I'm in my own personal hell. Of my own making.
Another summer sloop.
Yay! What did I
Well,
get?
it led me to another opened crate.
Another opened crate, huh?
Yup.
Opened hard drive?
Yeah. Ooh, slug.
Oh! Oh! Hello! Silver Cat Boy! Silver Cat Boy! We have a boy! Who's a Silver Cat?
Lad.
We have a lad! Wow! Hey! How you doing, stranger? You were missed! I was wondering what you were up to. Oh, we're just fucking around in Satisfactory right now.
You know, deforestation, wildlife terrorizing, the usual.
I'd say you could join us in the channel, but I would totally understand if you're like, no, I don't want to be like audible to the public right now. I would completely understand.
Big mood.
Yeah. What was I working on? Right.
Keeping your sanity.
Failed on that. I'll wait for you guys to be done with stream. Well, if you want. We're kind of overtime as it is. Because, like, the scheduled time for this stream was noon to 4. We're an hour and a half over that. Generally, it's like according to the schedule, this wraps up at 4 because, you know, we often hang around 5. And since you're here, I'm kind of inclined to do that. Hey, Azure, it's raid out time.
Yeah.
Let's see who's on. Who would... Oh, Kumi's on. I'm kind of inclined to go raid Kumi, but
Oh,
ooh, Squid Saint is playing Satisfactory. If I can raid out to a trans woman, you know I absolutely fucking will do that. Squid Saint is the one who
found one.
Squid Sana is the voice actress who voice acted Wuklamat in Dawn Trail.
Oh?
She is trans woman. She streams on Twitch. We gon' raid.
Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry.
This is the correct response. All right.
Mitha, I found a hard drive and an S. I'm gonna send those to you real quick.
Thank you. I would love that.
They have sent.
Making sure I spell the name right. All right, everybody. We'll be back on Monday with actual tabletop stuff on Trans XP TTRPG, and we will come back to Satisfactory on Tuesday. Have a great weekend. Make sure to relax and have a good time. Have a nice, quiet, relaxing Sunday, and we will see you back on Monday for some tabletop. Have fun, everybody!